What's up guys, my name is the Raptor and today I'm bringing you guys yet another Ghosts informational video, and we're going to be talking about all the perks that are going to be in the multiplayer of this game. Now in my everything you need to know about the multiplayer video, I did mention that I would be going into the perks in more detail at a later date, and this is the video where we're going to be going into all that detail and exploring all the possibilities and all the different perks in the game. If you didn't manage to catch that video, I'll leave a link in the description, or you might want to check out some of my other Call of Duty Ghosts videos. Go and check out my channel and subscribe if you're interested in that kind of stuff. Now, there are 35 perks in total, 5 perks in each of 7 different categories. The categories are Speed, Stealth, Resistance, Elite, Handling, Awareness, and Equipment. Now each perk has a value between 1 and 5. Nearly all the perks are worth either 1 or 2 points. On each class, you're going to be able to spend 8 perk points customizing your class and picking which kind of perks you want. Now, we don't know if there's a limit to choosing one perk from each category. I would imagine you can choose them however you want, because they're definitely trying to open up Creator Class and making it very, very easy for you guys to customize your class any way you want. So I imagine there's going to be quite a lot of freedom to this. Now, in a second we'll go through all of the perks and talk about their values and what they do. But first I just want to say, as always with this kind of early information before a game comes out, this is not necessarily 100% what's going to be in the game. The source of information I'm actually looking at, which I will leave in the description, it's not 100% complete. A lot of the names of the perks are speculation, we don't know them for sure. They could change some of the values of the perks for balancing, just to even the game out, that kind of thing. So please guys, don't 100% take my word for it, but at the same time, this is the best information we have so far, and most of this will definitely still be true when the game comes out. So it's still really, really interesting to explore and look at the information. So let's get into it. Alright, so starting off with the speed category. First up, we have Quick Draw, which is worth 1 point and allows you to aim down the sight faster. Sleight of Hand, which is worth 2 points, allows for a faster reload. Agility, worth 2 points again, a faster movement speed. Marathon, again, 2 points, allows for a longer sprint duration. But having said that, I have heard from other people that there will be an unlimited sprint perk in this game, which I assume is going to be Marathon, so either this information's out of date or their information was wrong, not 100% sure, but there you go, that's Marathon. And then the final perk in the speed category is Stalker, at least we think it's called Stalker. It's again worth 2 points and allows you to move faster while aiming down the sight, just like it did in Modern Warfare 3. Then onto the Stealth group, we have Takedown, which is worth 1 point, and it means enemies do not indicate where they have died to their teammates. So, you know the little skull that normally appears above your body and your team can see it? That won't happen. If you're using this perk and you kill an enemy, their teammates won't see where they've died, so it is going to enable you to move around and not be detected as much, which is kind of useful. Secondly, we have Blind Eye, which is worth 2 points, undetected by AI kill streaks, just like it was in Modern Warfare 3. We have Off the Grid, which is again worth 2 points, and it enables you to be undetected by the enemy SATCOM, so it's basically kind of like Ghost. And then we have Dead Silence, which is described as enabling you to make no noise. It's worth 2 points again, and I really, really hope that it genuinely does mean no noise, because in the past we've had some perks that just mean your footsteps silent, but your character still shouts things like "reloading," and then everyone can find where you are like that. So I really hope that it does genuinely mean that you make no noise at all. And then finally, we have Ghost making a comeback, at least that's what it is apparently called. Again worth 2 points, and it basically means that there will be no red crosshair when people look at you, and also no name tag. So that's kind of like, I believe Cold Blooded Pro did that in Modern Warfare 2, and maybe Cold Blooded in Modern Warfare 3. Don't quote me on that, I don't remember exactly. Campus Paradise, that perk, but I don't think many people will actually use it. There are definitely better perks out there. Onto the third category, Resistance, which is kind of helping you survive a little bit more. The first one is Lightweight, which is worth 1 point, and allows you to take no falling damage. The second one is Painkiller, which, before you guys worry about it, is not like Painkiller, the death streak from Modern Warfare 2. All it does is allow faster health regeneration, or at least that's what it's rumoured to do. We're not 100% sure on that one, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to be like the death streak, because that would be kind of idiotic. But yeah, that one there is worth 2 points. The next one, Toughness, is exactly the same as it is in Black Ops 2. It's a reduced flinch perk, and that's worth 2 points. Tac Resist increases your resistance to tactical grenades, worth 2 points once again. And finally, Blast Shield. Now, Blast Shields is a bit of an interesting one. It's worth 2 points like many of the others, and it's described here on this source as increased resistance to lethal grenades. Notice it's not increased resistance to all explosives, and as you'll see later on, that is a bit of a problem, but we'll get to that in a couple of minutes time. But yeah, that's your resistance perks. Next, Elite, and these are the kind of interesting ones that don't really fit into a particular group, they're just kind of the miscellaneous ones. First up we have this perk that the symbol of it is like 2 playing cards, and people think it might be called Gamble, but we really don't know a lot about this other than it's worth 1 point, and it might be the perk that allows you to re-roll care packages and see if you can get something better, so not too sure about that one, but that would kind of make sense, it would seem. Second, we have Hardline, worth 2 points, doing what Hardline has always done. It means that it takes 1 less kill to get your point streak, your reward, in each streak. So notice it's called a point streak in this game, not a score streak or a kill streak. Thirdly, we have Ping, which is worth 2 points and allows you to detect enemies nearby enemies you kill. So when you kill someone, it sends out a little radar ping, little sweep on the map, and that's going to reveal anyone else nearby. And for 2 points, that seems kinda powerful. Especially if you're walking into their spawn, that is going to allow... I mean, we don't know the exact range. I'm imagining it's not very far, but still, it seems pretty good. Next up, we have what looks to be Overkill. We don't actually know how much it's worth, or even if it is Overkill, but if it were, and it's not anywhere else in the game, and Overkill's always been in the game, so... But if you don't know what Overkill does, it allows you to equip 2 primary weapons instead of having a primary and a secondary. And then last up for the Elite category we have Deadeye, and that is the only perk that is worth more than 3 points that we know of anyway. It's worth a full 5 points, and that is essentially because it allows an increased damage for your weapon. However, it's not as simple as that. It's not as simple as stopping power used to be. It's actually quite complicated, so I'm going to try and explain this to you guys. It's described as the further you get into your point streak, the probability of increased damage goes up. So the further you get into a point streak, the more kills you get, the probability of getting increased damage kind of per bullet, that probability increases. It's kind of a really overly complicated way of doing this, and I don't know if this is going to end up being really powerful or really not that popular, because 5 points is a lot to spend on one perk when you can only spend 8 overall. I'm just saying, so we'll just have to see how that one plays out. Next up we have the handling perks, and the first one, which is worth 1 point, is Strong Arms, which allows you to throw equipment further. And on this source it says that there was more information about this perk. There is something else that it does, or some little caveat maybe, but unfortunately we don't know that as of yet. But there you go, Strong Arms. Second one is On The Go, which is worth 2 points, and allows you to reload while sprinting. Now this is something that I have wanted to be in Call of Duty for years. Honestly, you go and play Battlefield or something, one of those games that does allow you to reload while sprinting, and you go back to COD and it just seems like the most annoying thing in the world that you can't do them at the same time. So this might be a perk that I actually use a lot, especially on a rushing class where you want to constantly be on the move, but we'll have to wait and see. Next one is worth 2 points and is Fast Hands. That's what it's rumoured to be called, and allows for a faster weapon swap. Next up we have Steady Aim, which it actually says that we don't know anything about this perk as of yet. The emblem looks quite like Steady Aim has done in the past. We know it's worth 2 points, but we don't know what it does. If it were Steady Aim, of course, that just means increased hipfire accuracy, and we don't see that anywhere else in any of the other perks. There isn't a hipfire thing. But of course, it could be kind of like in Black Ops 2, they might have an attachment that does a similar thing, so this perk could be something completely different. We'll just have to wait and see. And then finally, for 2 points, there is Dexterity, which allows for a weapon to be ready faster after sprinting. It might have something to do with mantling and sliding speed as well, like it does in Black Ops 2. We'll just have to wait and see. Next up, Awareness. First one is called Recon, and for 1 point this allows you to spot enemies through explosives and or hit markers. That's what it says on the website I'm looking at. Like I said, you can check out the source for yourself in the description. All of this is kind of rumoured and we don't really know. That seems like a very strange thing for a perk to do, to be quite honest with you. So I'm going to say that we don't really know what is going on with this particular perk. Then we have Scavenger for 2 points, which does what it's always done, allows you to resupply ammo from fallen enemies. Thirdly, Sit Rep, 2 points, and basically it just means that enemy equipment and the SATCOM, because remember the SATCOM is the new UAV, it's on the ground, and it's going to highlight that for you so you can go and find it along with all the enemy's equipment. Now, that's actually really useful finding the SATCOM, because that's giving them a big advantage, and you can just see that and go and take it out wherever they've hidden it. Then we have Awareness, 2 points again, and allows you to hear enemy footsteps louder. Really useful if, like me, you play with a headset and you like to sound door. That's really great perk to use, especially in something like Search and Destroy. And finally, Wiretap. Now, I mentioned this perk, I believe, in my SATCOM video that I did. It's only worth 2 points, but it allows you to use enemy SATCOMs as your own. And if the enemy has a load of SATCOMs down, and you have a load of SATCOMs down, they all stack together to help give you a sort of advanced UAV effect. If you're not quite sure what I'm talking about, go and watch my SATCOM video. It's up on my channel, uploaded fairly recently. I explain this in a little bit more detail, but I definitely think that this is going to be a bit overpowered, along with one particular other perk we're about to get onto that I mentioned could be a problem earlier. And that leads us on to the final category, equipment. So we have, for 1 point, you can have an extra tactical grenade. For 2 points, you can have an extra lethal grenade. For 2 points again, you can have Bandolier, which gives you extra mags. Fourth one, we really don't know anything about particularly. We think that it might allow you to have another attachment on your primary weapon, possibly even a fourth attachment, but we don't know how much it's worth. And then, the final perk in this list, worth 3 points, is Danger Close. Yes, that's right, people. It looks like it's making a comeback. Now, there seems to be a fair amount of uncertainty surrounding this perk and whether it's going to be really broken and overpowered, or whether it's going to be okay. And I'm actually going to go into a bit more detail just about Danger Close and the problems that it could cause in another video. So stay tuned for that, guys. I'm not sure when I'm going to get around to doing it, hopefully very soon. But there you go, Danger Close is definitely in the game in one form or another. Anyway, there you have it, guys. All 35 perks that are going to be in Call of Duty Ghosts multiplayer. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you found it informative. I'm sorry the video went on for nearly 13 minutes now. There was a lot to get through. 35 perks is an awful lot. It's a big list, but I think it's generally pretty awesome that we're going to have so many to choose from. Nearer the time, I might look at doing some setup videos and that kind of thing, trying to predict what would be a good setup to use. So stay tuned to my channel for that. Subscribe if you're new. Like if you like the video. It really helps me out. It's very much appreciated, and I will see you in my next video, guys. Goodbye.